Texas to Tokyo.
Where we're gonna go from there, nobody knows.
I'm not going anywhere else. I'm just staying in Tokyo.
Yes,
Hi.
indeed. It's
Yeah.
coffee and chat time.
Coffee and chat time. Very close. My daughter is in here, and she had a bit of a fever yesterday. Okay, it's down a bit, but yeah.
It is summertime.
Get out of here.
Tokyo.
Yes, it is summertime. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a teacher.
For my wife, that means no work.
Yes.
So much better than being anything else other than a teacher at a school, because everybody else is working. IT is working.
Yeah.
Construction people are working.
Oh, yeah, we have
maintenance
construction.
are working. But not teachers. They are free.
Maybe that's why I had such a great run this morning. So I've been on this health journey. It's almost been a year. And I went for a run this morning, which anybody who knows me would be like, what? Well, except my closest friends. They're like, yeah, we're not shocked. And I'm like, really? Because I am. But it was like a 4K. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you could classify it as jogging, but I call it running because it's faster than my walking. But anyway, and it was easy in the sense of I wasn't super out of breath. I was just cruising.
Yeah.
And it's like instant stress relief when school is out. Like my kids were like, can I have extra game time? I'm like, sure, I don't care. Can we stay up late and watch a movie? Sure, I don't care. Yeah, it is very, very different, than how I am during this school year.
Did you get your runner's high this morning?
I actually did have runner's high this morning.
I felt it like once in my life, maybe.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've had it a couple of times over I've been picking up running since January. Mm-hmm. And the very first time I was like, oh my gosh, am I going crazy? I'm really having a great time. Then it happened a couple of times then, but I haven't had it in a long time. But this morning, so nice, overcast, kind of cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's humid and very sweaty. It's
going to get hotter.
Yeah. And so I was like, my music's on and a good song came on. I was like, yeah, let's go. So I feel like my pace was really nice. And yeah, 4K took me about 36 minutes. So I have a 5K next week. And my goal is to finish in 50 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. And I've done that.
Well, let me, for those who have never heard of us or anything like that, this is Texas to Tokyo. This is a podcast about whatever we feel like talking about, but mostly about our culture and our travels from Texas to Tokyo, where we have decided to settle for the foreseeable future. Mm-hmm. And today we're, kind of talking about end of school stuff, summer stuff, and a little bit about my new world, which is game development.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the end of school.
Yeah.
You just did a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, any teachers know that the beginning of school is very, very busy. Mm-hmm. It's very exciting. One of my favorites times.
It's kind of a catch-22 because they want to stay in the summer, but they want to get stuff done too.
Right. Yeah. Usually about time the school year comes around, though, I'm like ready for my new class, ready for new adventures. Mm-hmm. It's the end of the school year, which quite honestly, it doesn't matter when it ends. The last, I'll say, month is rough. Like,
yeah, y'all get that summer brain.
Yeah, it's like senioritis, but for teacheritis, summeritis, I don't know. But we're like, I'm done, the kids are done, everybody's done, and we still have like 4 weeks to go. And then you get down to 2 weeks, where at this point you're basically making up stuff to do.
Nice.
You're like, here's a project and
so
a
like
paper.
Just videos, movies, every day.
Yeah, also that. Also historical movies like Emperor's New Groove and things.
Right. This is a document about llamas.
Yeah, people. Right.
This actually happened.
And anyway, so yeah, it's a good time. But this year I was like, I want to go home. Mm-hmm. I want to go home. I'm tapped out. I'm through. Adore my people, adore most of my students.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to go. So anyway, it is now officially summer break. And
Huzzah.
yeah, I always tell people that my favorite day of summer break is.
Which one is that?
It is the first Monday after we get out of school.
When you get to sleep in. Half the day.
Well, I'm not a sleeper
you're
inner,
not a
but
sleeper
yeah.
inner.
But it's like the world is still going to work and I ain't got nothing to do for several weeks.
So is this like your endorsement to teaching?
Yes.
Like, just go be a teacher. You get the whole summer off.
I mean, and let's be honest, let's call summer what it is. It is recovery. Like, I wish
they
that
do work really hard.
right? I wish that parents understood the things that we go through on a daily basis. Just people all day with underdeveloped brains and how they don't remember what they do or say at given times. And we have to be the one to keep it together with
100%,
parents and students, right?
Can I throw in an anecdote?
Yeah.
So we went on a retreat in Texas when we were at this awesome church in Abilene. And the people that we went with, some of them were teachers, some of them were not. And the time when I realized just the dedication of teachers in general, or good teachers, let me explain that, good teachers, was when they took an entire afternoon and evening off from this retreat that we were at to prep for their next year's work. They were like setting up or they were grading papers or doing something, and I was like, what are y'all doing? They're like, oh, we're doing teacher work. And I'm like, so you're not at work. You have to take your work home with you. You have to grade the work and you have to create new curriculum. Like it's a tough job.
I will say that
that was my time when I was like, wow, teachers are real. Yeah.
Especially when we went into this culture of teaching, right? I had very small kids who were not school age. Yeah, back in the States. And so what was their summer vacation? Spending time in my classroom. Matt would be up there hanging up whatever.
Oh my gosh, don't remind me of that.
Moving my computers around, running my wires, setting up lights.
All you teacher husbands out there, you know the deal. If your wife becomes a teacher, you become Mr. Gopher and
you
Mr.
are the
Move
teacher
It.
husband. And my kids are in the room, and it just became a culture. But I will say, the longer I stay in, and maybe because our children are older now, I do less in the summer.
Well, shout out to our maintenance team, who we provide plenty of chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, right. But in the States, we didn't have a maintenance team.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Very
in the
different.
States, they don't do any of that stuff. So the husbands, teacher husbands have to be the real ones to do all
And spending
that
like
hours.
no, I was talking about money. Like
Oh my
whenever I would
gosh.
change my motif in my classroom.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Matt doesn't even know the extent of money that I spent at.
Yes, I do. I used to work at an educational supply store.
Well, yes, but there were times when I just went to Mardell's, went to Mardell's and went to school. Like I didn't even come home because I had so much stuff.
They don't get enough stipends for that either.
Enough. We don't get any stipends.
I mean, some places get like minimal, very, very minimal.
$100 is not going to cut.
Yeah, no, for the whole year, they spend $100 just on lettering.
Yeah. We I mean, I had
for
the
a semester.
borders, and I made my own curtains one year, and it was a lot.
That was a fun time in my life, actually.
Really?
I absolutely adored working at. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yeah,
the name.
AES.
AES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Educational supply.
Right. That's very good. You were the man in there.
I mean, if I may, it was one of the basic, easiest jobs I've ever had.
Really?
Like, because, I mean, the amount of teachers in the Abilene area were it was
all
pretty
teachers.
massive. But also we had, like, Bible supplies as well. So there was like Bible teachers and stuff like that. But when there wasn't a person in there was literally nothing to do. So I would just like derp online and look up 3D printing. Actually, that's when I got into 3D printing the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
was at AES.
That's
Anyway.
crazy. Yeah, that was a good job. But I mean, you guys hear enough about teachers complaining, and it's like, well, why do you do that? And really, if I'm really being honest, it is worth it. It is worth the tears that we cry, even though we question its worth. It is worth the challenging parents that just don't get it. Helicopter parents, parents who are still babying their kids. And I work in
Your
middle school.
nemesis parents
Yes.
this year. Yeah.
It is worth the back sass and the gaslighting that students give us.
Oh, they try to gaslight you. Yeah.
Right. They try to gaslight me. I'm like, bro.
Nah, man.
If
Oh,
you
we should
look
tell.
up the
We should have
term-
one with just like stories of gaslighting.
Yeah,
kids.
right. Oh my goodness. And I'm not excusing it, saying that it's worth it. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, still after, what is this, my 12th year?
Oh my gosh.
I think this is my 12th year.
That's
11,
amazing.
12, something like that. Even after all this time, it is still the most rewarding career that I've ever had.
And what is the reward? Is it the like this year? Is it the graduates that this was your first class?
Oh, yeah.
They
that
graduated
was-
this year.
Right. My
The
first middle school
25s.
class.
Yep.
They graduated as seniors this year.
They were a
and
good group of kids.
I adore them. You should have seen these ragamuffins in sixth
Yeah.
grade.
Oh my gosh. I remember because I was a robotics assistant coach a few years later, and they were still in the 8th grade, and they were amazing.
Bro.
They wanted it so bad.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? Just this year, I've realized that so I get to bookend middle school. I get to teach sixth grade and I get to teach eighth graders. And I have deemed our sixth grade crew as the front line. When we get them straight out of elementary, and they are still very babyish, and most of them are still very immature. And the amount of growth that these students have through puberty and all to get to 8th grade, quote unquote, graduation is astounding. And that's what makes it worth it. The reward is these kids, yeah, they get on our nerves. And yeah, we're like, oh
Absolutely.
my goodness, can y'all please? But I probably teared up the most when the 8th graders graduated this time to go to high school. These 8th graders were my first 3rd grade class.
Oh wow.
And my heart.
Oh, they were because you
my
were in
heart,
elementary.
Yeah. So, yeah, the reward is seeing how much they change.
Yeah.
And really seeing what the Lord can do in these kids' lives.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love them. Yeah, I think that's...
I'm excited. I mean, just end of the year for me. I'm really excited to see where my, I have a couple of kids from robotics that I helped quite a bit, I think. More than anything, I just wanted them to change the way that they thought about robotics and to change the way that they thought about design, because their design process and their like team process was a little bit, I don't think it was very effective, specifically with like their communication level. They had zero feedback loop. So when it comes to design and things like that, you have to have feedback. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Feedback is feedback. So I think that if anything, they glean that off of it, that it will help them in their journey.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, I guess that could wrap it up for school. I know that teachers are going through it in the States, and I don't think... I mean, I've only lived in 2 countries, but I think the struggle will continue to stay there, because unless you're in the teaching game, you really don't get it. And you can try to be supportive, but unless you've been in the trenches, it's like the king is up here calling all the shots. But has he also been a warrior? Does he even know what's going on, or is he just king and never seen the light of battle? Like, what in the world?
Who's the king?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
we
my
need to
teaching in a
pause a
nutshell.
second?
So no.
I think next we should chat about the summertime. Or do you want to go to
Yes.
game dev and let me talk a bit?
Well, I do want to talk about game for just a
Okay.
second and tell you just why I'm gonna dote on my husband here just a little bit.
Well, let me do a bit. I just want to, explain what I'm dealing with right now. It's like when you're an editor and a film editor and you watch movies completely differently than anybody else because you know how editing happens. So when I was studying that, movies changed for me. Because I was like, oh, they did a good clip there, or the motion to the next one was really good because then they clipped it this way or whatever. But now that I'm doing game dev and I'm actually in my game dev courses and I've done like art and stuff like that, playing video games has changed drastically. And I'm like, wait, why did they dev it that? Why did they design it that way, or why did they put that thing in the game? So I don't know, just like your brain starts to expand. It's like if you're writing and you're reading people's work and you're like, oh my gosh, like that was a perfect thing to put in the story at that particular point. So anyway, I was playing a game like that and I found a game that's very adorable. It's called Kingdom.
You're
Yeah. And can I do this one now?
I mean, yeah. Well, I did want to bring up our conversation
Our
that
conversation
we had
yesterday was so fun.
It was so fun. So I don't even know.
The history of gaming.
Yeah. So I don't even know why I got on it, but for some reason I was feeling really, really good.
We were talking about the first consoles, and you were like, which one was the first console?
Which one was the first? And then thereafter ensued this 45-minute conversation about games. And now, mind you, I had to get up and go to school. There were no students, but anyway, I made it. But I did not want to leave that conversation. But I had mentioned my son, and I'm a quasi gamer. I have the kind of games that I like, but I will watch my husband play. I will watch my son play games. And right now, my son, I'm watching him play. We're kind of playing together because I'm helping him.
He got an Xbox.
And he got an Xbox, but
by himself.
And he's playing this game called Limbo, and it's kind of like physics and, puzzle solving and all of this kind of stuff. But I will watch him play. And then I've watched my husband play several Fallouts and, Baldur's Gate, like all of these games, right? I am
Shadow of
supportive
Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. Ooh, Twilight Princess, Zelda, Twilight Princess.
For the Wii.
Right. But it just got me on like this. I was helping my son in a stage, and I was like, oh, Daddy has taught me that if you look at, the scene you have before you, there is something that I guess most of the time, I don't know, all the time, tells you what you may do. And so in this Limbo,
please not yellow paint, as long as it's not yellow paint.
Not yellow paint or, lights like on a tarmac or something.
Lights are okay, but it's just illumination maybe, yeah.
Right. So there was this part in Limbo where it's like this log and the character has to stand on it. And then one of the one of the creatures like comes down and is supposed to, in a sense, help you get to the next platform. But there's these two little like pokey twigs in this log. And, you have to stand, we figured out, you have to stand in between those two logs to get the correct juxtaposition. I don't know if I'm using that correctly,
Just
but
say position.
I said,
It's just position.
Are you sure? Because I like the word juxtaposition.
The juxtaposition means that something is in a particular place and it just so happens to fit perfectly, but it's not. That's like the juxtaposition of the billboard underneath the man who was like passed out, and it says "call for help" or something like that. That's the juxtaposition.
Oh, really? I'll be looking up that word. But anyway.
Go for it. Yeah.
We do this all the time. But anyway.
It's just the position of.
The the juxtaposition. No, I'm just kidding. You're supposed to stand in between these two twigs, and it helps you get to the next platform. Now, that's neither here nor there, but what I wanted to say was looking at a game coming from a quasi gamer. I'm not a hardcore gamer. We were able to figure it out, and that is thanks to Matt over here, who knows, and even better now, this is even before his getting his degree, like what it looks like, what are the characters, quote unquote, telling you or not telling you. All of that, I didn't used to
game
consider
devs.
that. Yeah. So anyway, we had this wonderful conversation. We were just nerding out, and I was like, oh my gosh, why aren't the microphones on? But anyway, yeah.
We went through like the history of every single console, but then this thing happened where we were chatting back and forth about like, oh, this console came out at this particular time in history, and this console did this. So it was basically talking about the console wars without talking about the console wars. But that's, yeah, because Xbox and PlayStation and then GameCube. But GameCube's tech was a little bit bad. But then Xbox was so solid, and they gave you Halo, and it became a phenomena. So it was all these different things, and our conversation went in this great place where it was like, this is what the game development / console wars were all about. Because sometimes it is about the games, right? Who wants a console with 0 games? That's what, like, Switch 2? Oh man, I could talk for hours about this now.
Go.
It's crazy. What is happening in gaming history right now is so crazy. Because at one point we had the Sega, and then it died, and it just became a studio. So now they just like make games or like help make games or whatever. But then we had the big 3, which was Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. But then each one of them did something horrible to their gamers. PlayStation lost a bunch of people's data when they got hacked by Anon.
Oh.
And then Xbox decided to sell like a really cheap Xbox 360, which they could have spent about $50,000 and had a better processor that wouldn't drip literal metal on the rest of the console and give you the red ring of death. And
Red Ring of Death. I know
the red ring of death. It was big. Even my good buddy, he bought one at launch, and it didn't last. It died. He had to replace it like twice.
Twice?
Yeah, Deshaun. He had it day one, and he was playing it so hard that it just like, and also if you didn't put it like sideways, if you put it upright,
oh yeah, I remember that.
it would drip. The metal would literally drip off the processor. So. And Nintendo, Nintendo has become this crazy company who is okay with like hiking up prices of these video game consoles and the games themselves. And it doesn't make sense to me that they have become unconsumer friendly. You're like, they're not consumer friendly at all. And they're just hiking up stuff for no particular reason. I mean, even, I think PlayStation did a great thing in giving away the Astro Boy. Like that was
genius. It's such a cute game too.
It's a good game. It's actually a good game.
Teaches you all the things to do.
Yeah, exactly. But those type of games should be a loss for the company. You should just sell them at a loss. You're developing it for however many years or whatever for your new console and stuff. And Nintendo, why did you charge money for yours?
Oh,
they have like a, and theirs isn't even fun. It's like
is it not?
It's basically all infographics. You go through the console, and like the remotes and stuff as a little person going on a tour or something, and then they're like, okay, which kind of console did this? A, B, C, or D? I'm like, I'm not trying to go back to school. Like, I'm already in college. I don't want any more of that. So
right.
it's like a super boring game, and they're selling it for like $10.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. No one's gonna buy it. Like literally anybody who buys that is psycho.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Psycho's pretty.
I'm only gonna get a Switch 2 when they drop in price at least twice. The second price drop, I'll
Isn't it like
consider it.
600 this time around or something dumb?
Yeah, well, if you buy all the add-ons, I told you it was $1,000.
That's stupid.
$1,000 USD. Yeah. So anyway, that's the stupid stuff that's happening in gaming. But some good stuff. I do want to talk about Kingdom because it was a great game. The family was watching Knight's Tale last night as a family.
Ooh, yeah.
And I was
great.
kind of like looking at it while I was playing the game. But yeah, Kingdom, I think it's called Kingdom New Lands, was a really fun game. And you play the part of like the ruler of your country, but all you can do is run back and forth on your horse, and you're picking up coins and you're dropping them off places. That's the game loop. You have like a bag of gold. And
aren't you a princess?
Yes, your character is a princess. I didn't want to mention that. But okay,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. You take up the part. I mean, I played Horizon Zero Dawn, and you're a chick in that too. So whatever. Yeah, girl boss. Anyway, so yes, you're a girl boss princess. Okay,
I'm fine.
But I mean, you're not that great. You get killed by little like warlock looking things.
Spoiler alert.
No, it's just part of the game loop. But if you don't have any coins and you go too close to this portal thing, then you just get jacked by these little, I don't know what they are, like little gremlins or something.
Tell me what happened with the game that you were so obsessed with and then it like glitched and reset you or something.
So
you haven't played it in like 2 weeks.
Well, let me finish with Kingdom. Okay. So one of the things that I found at the end, towards the end of the game, was two things. You can't change the position of any of the stuff in your kingdom. It's just locked down in that position. But then if you get people from the forest, you either have to go to the left side of the forest or the right side of the forest. But depending on your little guys that you toss coins to, right? You toss a coin to the pauper, not the witcher. And then these guys start walking into your kingdom. They pick up the closest weapon or tool. But the builders are on the left, the archers are in the middle, and the, I don't know what you want to call it, the farmers guys are on the right. So you buy this farmer's a scythe, and they go and they chop down wheat, and then they give you gold. And the guys in the middle are the archers. So they'll come and pick up a bow and arrow, and they'll go and shoot stuff and give you gold. Or they'll protect your kingdom. The guys on the left, the builders, they build everything in your kingdom, including, but not limited to, the catapults, right? That you're going to need later on for the stronger enemies. Here is the problem with the game. If you have all of your paupers picking up the first thing from the right, you're only going to have farmers. Okay. If you have paupers from the left picking up the first tool, they're only going to be builders. So if you're like me and you stacked each one of the tool sections full, then every time you go to the forest to get a pauper to come to your kingdom, they're only going to either be the ones from the right, the farmers, or the ones from the left, the builders. But the builders also get murdered by these little Wiccan people or whatever. And so if you run out of builders, you are screwed. You can't make anything else. And when the paupers do come, they become archers immediately. And then if you run out of the paupers from the left-hand side, which would become builders, they won't come anymore because they're all stuck on the right-hand side. So it's this thing where like I wish I could move around the little section of tools. That's really all it is. I think that would fix it. But I mean, I don't know how the development worked. Maybe they had to have it that way for balance reasons or whatever. But anyway, that was my little nitpick on that game. Okay, now which one are you talking about?
What was the one with the necromancer guy or whatever?
The one that you hate, but it's just literally just Harvest Moon with corpses. Whatever. You were so mad about that game. It's just a video game. It's like playing Shadow of Mordor and being mad that you use a spirit guide. Like it's
okay.
Nothing
that's
different.
Not what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about your game.
We could deal with your hangups later. Yeah. Okay, so I was playing a very tremendous game. It was very sticky. I played it for many, many, many hours. It is called Graveyard Keeper. and I'm very impressed with the title. I don't like Harvest Moon games. I do not like Stardew Valley. Mad props for them. They built a game that tons of people bought and love and everything. I tried Stardew Valley. I didn't like it at all. I don't know why. I can't. Maybe I can analyze that on a different episode, but Graveyard Keeper had all the fun little parts of a game that I would like to try, and none of the stuff I didn't want. And there's a great cycle of days, and the storyline is actually pretty hilarious. And you start off with a skull. It's just like a talking skull who guides you through. His name is like Gary or something, and Gary. So you talk to Gary, and he says, "Yo, you're the Graveyard Keeper now." I won't spoil the beginning or the ending or anything like that, but basically the premise is you're running this graveyard. You are in charge of getting the church back together and fixing it up and making sure that the graveyard is beautiful and that everybody in the village is happy with it. And the cardinal comes, or bishop or whatever, and he's like, okay, look, man, this is your job. And then you go down to the crypt where you work and you start taking apart bodies and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a simple game loop. But the stickiness, the thing that I found that was most engaging was the cycle of the days. One of the characters that you have to chat with is on each one of the days. So you kind of have to wait a total of, 50 minutes or so in game, because each day is 9 minutes of real time. It's perfect. It's a perfect 9-minute cycle. So for 9 minutes, you can run around, do whatever you want. But then on the next day, you have to go chat with that particular guy to move the story along.
Okay.
So they've created a system in which it's going to take you hours. Minimum, I think the speedrun is like 7 or 8 hours for the entire game if you do everything in perfect synchronization. But it is a tremendously fun game. And one of the things that I was doing was what? What were you like? Oh, I was angry about something? Oh, okay. I encountered a massive glitch. And I had basically finished the game. I got all the pieces. I don't want to spoil it too much, but you have to collect things in games in order to finish your quests. And I had finished all the quests. And or so I thought. And this is like after I downloaded the DLC because it was on super sale, and I was like, I'm not gonna waste, I'm just gonna get it. So I got all the DLC, and I uploaded it, and I started playing again. And once I did the trigger event for the end scene, and I won. Basically, I won the game. It says, "Oh no, you didn't go to the town." Well, what kind of player would not go to the town? And then, I don't know if this was what it was supposed to happen, but my game glitched. It shot me back to the previous save, which was like days before.
Dude.
And none of my my progress saved. So I'm sitting there like, did that just actually happen?
So
I
sad.
didn't have my final items anymore. I didn't even talk to the people or do the triggering event for those things. And now I have to start all over again and somehow get to the town again, which the piece of item that I needed to go to the town, I already used up at the beginning of the game. So I don't even know how to get there. Anyway, long story short.
That was so sad. You haven't played
I've
since.
thus stopped playing the game for right now. It's still in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'm going to get to that freaking town eventually. And I'm going to do like a 3-hour game session. And I'm just going to bust everything up with, game facts or something like that. Yes. That was it.
Yeah, it was so sad. You were just like, as if you were holding an ice cream and then it just fell.
It just plopped on the ground into some icky stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, when I play a video game to completion, I consider it like a massively addicting game. Like Shadow of Mordor. I have beaten Shadow of Mordor I'm telling you, 100% completion.
Have you had 100%?
Like 3 times.
Really?
I have played it so much that I can beat the game in if I have a good 6 hours, I can 100% the game. Yeah.
Interesting. So what is it the replayability that makes a game
It
a
has
good game?
massive. I think Shadow of Mordor has massive replayability because of the special Nemesis system. And if I could say anything to Monolith, it would be please release the licensing for the Nemesis system. Because I believe that video game development should be open source to a lot of people. Like the thing that's happening with Pokemon and Pal World right now is ridiculous.
What is
Anybody
this?
listening, they probably know about this if they're in the gaming industry. Pal World is being sued. Pal World is basically like a kind of, I wouldn't call it a knockoff because they're just doing what Pokemon does, but with guns, basically. So it's like a monster catching and using video game, which you also they
Nothing like Pokemon.
they like build stuff for you and you
my
use them to
gosh.
fight, obviously, like Pokemon and stuff. But their thing is they also have guns.
Wait, okay,
They
wait.
have weapons and they shoot the monsters and they also
You
capture the
lost me
monsters.
when you said these, but I could just see like a non-Pikachu character.
So let's say Pokemon
with
with
like
guns.
an AK-47.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's get this straight. The monsters don't have guns. The players have
Oh, the
guns.
players have.
Oh, you thought it was like Snorlax with an AK.
Yeah,
right?
just like brrr. No,
Yeah.
Snorlax. What are you doing?
His would be like a rocket launcher or something.
Or like some little
RPG.
pistol. That would
Yeah.
be hilarious.
Like the tiniest little Derringer.
like,
Like pew, pew, pew.
Yes.
I have to go back to sleep.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about the monsters.
Yeah, so then the suing of the Power World people is that they are being sued over using a sphere for catching a monster, and also they're not allowed to glide anymore using monsters. Like in Pokemon, in one of the Pokemon, I think, I don't know. You can like actually hop onto one of the flying ones that fly, and then they'll like take you around the open world. But the thing that peeves me the most is that they only did it in the last few weeks, months, I think, is patent the things. So they're suing them over using a ball to catch a monster.
Okay.
But they only quote unquote patented that.
Wait.
Recently.
They use a ball to catch. I mean, couldn't they make it a
sphere.
cube?
It's a sphere with like
See, this is how you don't get in trouble. Use a cube or a triangle.
Yeah, you know what I thought? I was like, just call it a tesseract and say that you have a quasi
Oh my goodness.
something blah blah.
Why did they use a sphere?
Yeah, I know. I was like, it could have been a pyramid for all.
It's
I
like
care.
blue
Like, who
and
cares?
white instead of red. and
Yeah,
white.
right. So, yes, obviously, spheroid might have been a bad thing. Now they just like pop up. Like your monsters just pop up out of nowhere. But this is the problem, right? We have game developers out there that are coming up with amazing storylines and great ideas and all these things. And they're getting bogged down by the mechanics of the video game, because if somebody has already used that particular mechanic or particular thing,
Yeah.
like this big case with Power World, you're not allowed to use it. So guess what, Monolith? No one else can ever make a Nemesis system in their video game, although it would fit so perfectly in many other video games. So I hate that. Like, at least license it to just let them buy it for super duper cheap. Okay. Like make 1% off of their profits or something so that we can have amazing video games like that. Like, then I'm excited about the new Dune game that's coming out. But if they're, if all of these game developers are being stipend, or not, that's not the right word.
Stipend.
Stifled. Excuse me, stifled. If they're being stifled by all of this legality crap, then like they're gonna just die. Eventually their creativity is gonna die. And I don't want that. Like, I want to come up with, and then you have to like come around with like loopholes about, oh, how do we put this mechanic in here now with this stupid legal thing that's tying our hands behind our back?
Yeah.
Do you want a world like that? No.
I mean, it's like the whole, you don't have to, reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
But it is a game ever better that is a quote unquote knockoff, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
than the original?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely. I think that there are. I don't know any off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of some, but like sequels being better than the original.
Oh,
Okay.
that is few and far
Okay,
between.
there are few and far between, but when they are, you're like, oh, duh, this was so.
That was so
Okay,
good.
perfect example of sequels being better than the original. Terminator 2. Tell me that's not
Bro, okay,
incredibly better.
this is so funny.
T2
Yes.
is amazing.
I will watch T2 and totally skip T1.
Yeah. Because, first of all, it introduces you to everything that you need to know. And then, like he's now the protector.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah,
in a
that's a
video
good
game,
one.
come on, man.
I played a game where it was not Family Feud, but eerily similar on a friend's podcast.
Family trivia.
Family trivia, sure. And that was one of the questions. Name a movie where the sequel was better than or just as good as the original.
Yeah, it's Terminator 2.
And
That's the
T2
answer.
was one of them.
That's like,
Somebody said a Toy Story,
mm,
2 or 3. I really enjoyed 2,
I don't know if it
but
was better
1
than
was
1.
so classic.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the others, but when they said them, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I remember Saving Private Ryan Part 2. Did they have that one? I
No.
don't think so.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, so, yeah, but...
They can't make sequels to some movies.
Yeah, you just like Little Mermaid, like Disney movies, we don't
Ew,
need sequels.
We know Disney.
What Disney movie
Disney
was
sequels.
good in the sequel?
Definitely not the new Star Wars.
Yeah, they are all trash. But anyway,
Ugh.
yeah. So
Yeah, the original Star Wars franchise. That is one of them.
oh, that was one of them.
So,
The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, was better
Is
than
almost a perfect sequel.
A New Hope. What was the first
Yeah.
one?
Well, no, it was just called Star Wars.
Wait, number 4 is just called Star Wars?
It wasn't ever called number 4. Originally, it was called it was just called Star Wars.
Okay, so it's Star Wars,
then they had
Empire
to
Strikes
add-
Back,
they
and
had to-
then A New Hope.
Yeah, this is a history.
Here
They
we
had
go.
to add the words New Hope after it because they decided that it was going to have a part 1, 2, and 3 after it. So
Okay,
then
so-
they called it Episode 4,
Yeah.
and they called it Star Wars A New Hope. But
Okay.
originally, if you go to the Chinese theater, it was just called Star Wars. That's it.
Okay, so
we
it
call it
is
Star Wars.
right. Well, what I'm saying to stop the confusion is
Yeah,
it was A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the
Return
Jedi.
of the Jedi. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. No, I did not know that the original was just called Star Wars.
And if you have to put it in episode form, then it was episode 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Which are the only ones that exist in my brain.
It should have probably stayed that way. The thing with Star Wars is you have to know when to quit. There
Yeah.
are some things that need a sequel. They should be serialized. There are some that just need to live and die in one episode.
Yes, not 9 episodes.
No, like Blade Runner. Who wants Blade Runner 2? It ended perfectly.
Have I seen that?
Oh man, it was a like back in the day. Yeah, the first Blade Runner hit all the perfect markers for a dystopian future, where basically androids are looking almost exactly the same as humans.
Oh, scary.
And they're it was a great movie. Definitely no spoilers, but the characters were so in depth. The storyline ended perfectly, and it's up to your imagination how it continues on.
Oh,
And it
I
doesn't
didn't
need
know.
a sequel.
Yeah. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's some movies like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we can talk about summer plans. I mean, outside of my recovery from the school year.
Okay, we're at about 45.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could wrap it there. Actually, it's early in the morning.
It's a
I mean,
good
not
wrap.
too early, but I'm hungry. I've had my cup of coffee.
too.
and I'm ready to eat. And the longer I wait, the more irritated I get. And I've already talked about my run.
Yeah.
So now I'm
you
like
used your energy
ravenous.
up,
Yeah.
right? That's a good place to stop it. Thanks for joining us with T2T, and we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah. Catch you on the next one.
All right.
Texas to Tokyo.
We're gonna go places nobody
No,
knows.
there's no.
I'm gonna keep changing it up till
Oh
we
my
get a golden
gosh.
one.
No, it is not going to be golden ever.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.